Hi, this is Emily, and I just wanted to provide everyone with my own testimony as far as how do badges encourage learning. So my son is involved with scouting, and I just wanted to show you how I believe that he has grown into a better student through the excitement of just earning badges and progressing with his when they were Cub Scouts, their dens, when they're Boy Scouts, their patrols. And the larger group is called a pack for Cub Scouts, and the larger group for the Boy Scouts is called a troop. So just progressing along with the boys. Sorry, gives them a real sense of pride in themselves, and especially when they go up at ceremonies and earn they receive their earned badges and for different things and events. So let me show you. So for my son, as a Cub Scout, at his time we had belt loops, and the belt loops involved different areas, as you can see, astronomy, flag football, art, pet care. So every single one of these belt loops, there's so much work behind each belt loop. So now the belt loops can either be in this frame or they can be put on the boys' belts. I had experience where things fall off the uniforms and then they're lost. So I prefer putting them somewhere very, very safe, and as you can see, with a bit of crazy glue to even make sure it's even safer and more secure. So as far as earning these merit badges, I can show you the behind the scenes worksheets. So here is meritbadge.org. For a Cub Scout level, you would come over here to Cub Scouts and, just look around. Depending, now they do have lions, but my son went from tiger to wolf, bear, Webelos 1, and then Arrow of Light. That was in his time. Now they have lion. So you would come over here to the activity badges worksheet and click on it. This is what it looks like. So say, for example, well, actually, this is the new program. So, but generally just get the idea. So to progress through, the boys have actual worksheets that they have to work through. So for first responder, these are the questions. Do all of these. Explain what first aid is. Tell what you should do after an accident. Show what to do for the hurried case of first aid. Choking victim, shock. Treat the following: scratches, tick bites, frostbite. Put together a simple first aid kit. Explain what you have in your first aid kit and how to use each item correctly. Create a readiness plan. And who did you visit with? As far as a first responder, who did you visit with and when? So now, this is not the type of worksheet. Some people think that these belt loops, the pins, the merit badges are so quick and easy to earn as an outsider, but when you actually take the time to find out what's involved, you earn a higher respect for the scouts. And I can say scout because on any level they're working hard at their age range to really conquer this material. And if you don't conquer the material as best as you can, then you don't earn the badge. You would just keep working on it, and it doesn't matter if you take a couple months or, some might get it in like 2 lessons and be able to progress through. There's merit badge fairs where you can, earn certain things in a couple hours. But, depending on the boy, it's not a bad thing if you have to take longer. It's all at your pace. And that's really the great thing about scouting. So if you don't want to work towards belt loops and pins and all that stuff, you don't have to go overboard. You can just earn the required amount to move on to the next level. But if you are more excited, or you do like challenges, or you find a lot of the merit badges are in areas that you are particularly excited about, then go for it. Go ahead and try them. There's no penalty for trying. This is like the worksheet, like I explained. So what happened, let me get back into the slide. So my son's last couple months of being a bear, he was approached by the pack leader's wife, and she had mentioned, well, I know you really enjoy earning belt loops, and you can see for a fact, like here is the actual frame that you buy online. I had to take a razor blade and crazy glue and cut extra pockets for the extra belt loops. I ended up cutting this area here and 2 over here. So his frame is completely packed with belt loops. So that's why she approached him, because he would, he's a popular one for belt loops. And she said, well, when you move on to Webelos, there's a super achiever badge that someone can get if they earn all 20 Webelo badges. And so he asked, more about it, and she provided more information. And basically for the next 2 years, including summers, he, basically tackled all 20, and I can show you. So here are pins. So pins are what you get after you get a belt loop, and you do another worksheet, basically, if you want to think about it that way, past what was required for the belt loop. So you would get a belt loop, and then you would go ahead and get a pin for the extra work to show that you took your understanding to a deeper level. So this is for weather, pet care, art, music, and video games, of course. And this is years of service for these stars. And right here is a pin for the STEM program that they have within Scouting. So here is my son receiving his Super Achiever, all 20 badges. And as you can see from his vest, he does go to a lot of activities. This athletic letter C is the one that I just showed you off to the side. This car right here, this car badge, is for doing the Pinewood Derbies. Right here, this is a parade badge. This one, I believe, is going for the Liberty Science Center sleepover. Rutgers Scout Day. We had to go to a football game, Rutgers football game, and they gave that to you. And you can see, like, he really does enjoy it. And when he does ask me, Mom, I don't feel like going to a certain event, or I don't feel like working on a certain badge or whatever, I say, okay, fine. Don't worry about it. And then a couple days later, he's like, hey, Mom, I changed my mind. Can I go ahead and work towards this? And I say, knock yourself out, but I don't go any further than that. You want to do it? Fine. You don't want to do it? Fine. It's self-paced, and, I just want him to enjoy it. So here is the Pinewood Derby. They race the cars. So even his sister gets into the act. And, as a sister of a scout, you can enter the family races. So she gets her own share of awards and badges for tagging along with him. She would love to be a Boy Scout. She knows the oath, she knows the law, and she's been tagging along to every meeting since he was a Tiger Scout. So she's gone through the program as someone, who's been sitting in and just absorbing it, secondhand. But she's very, very excited about scouting, Boy Scouts, and Cub Scouts. Now, this is him at a ceremony when he went ahead and received another badge. But you see that face? He had just come from the stage, so he was still excited. Look at that face of my daughter. She's just so proud of him. So now, speaking of her, she had done her own 5K, and she ran it in 40 minutes. And he was so worried about her because she was in the crowd and he couldn't see her. So when she did reach the finish line, he hugged her so hard and said, don't you do that again. But yes, I'm very proud of you. So I just had to, show that, she's a super achiever in her own way. So now some of the badges you can buy and purchase. So I had bought this one. I did my best. And when I brought that home to him, I knew he was going to be excited about it. And this is him heading off to a meeting. So he's in full uniform. He's got his book, and the boys are even proud of their neckerchiefs. This is a neckerchief right here, and it shows by these colors, he's a Webelo. He could be First Year, he could be Arrow of Light, but he's a Webelo. He's one of the older boys in Cub Scouting here. So I did my best, and I put it right in the back of his vest, and the vest is optional, but he loves his vest. You know, he would say, Mom, did you sew my patches on yet? Because I want to wear my vest to the meeting. You know, they're very proud. So here is the handiwork that I have to do, all the sewing. I just wanted to show on his shirt. See, so he was a recruiter. That's first aid. These are the extra arrowheads for earning requirements as a younger scout. This is when they go ahead and have crossover. So that's the end of their scouting year when they move on to the next level. So this is for racing the boats. They make their own little boats and they race them in a I forgot what it's called, but it's the gutters, the rain house gutters. Oh, rain gutter regatta. That's what it's called. And this is another pin for this is the pin for the STEM program, another one, and this pin is for earning your Webelos badges. So they have to point west, east, and south. So this is just one of those. This is him doing rocketry. So you pay $5 and you get to, you know, shoot rockets for a couple hours with the Boy Scouts supervising you. So look at that face, look at that smile. So you know he's enjoying it. And here is what those papers look like when you earn particular badges, or these are pins, and that's a service pin. And these are the belt loops, how they look when you receive them. My daughter and her badges that she had earned through hanging out with my son. So she's not an official Girl Scout, and that's why the front of the vest has nothing. But she had so many badges that I got her a vest, and I've been sewing them on for her. And now her vest is just as full as his. Now this is the Boy Scout level. So, you know, they have badges for the positions that they hold. So, and the boys take these positions seriously. You know, they're very proud of the hard work they do, and they're encouraged to work hard. So here are the badges. So this is the overall council that he's with. This is the troop that he's with. This is the patrol that he's with. So it's Patriots Path, Troop 14, Mongoose Patrol, and you know, it's $3 online. I swear it's the best $3, because then when the boys are walking around, the boys are recognized by name right away because of the name badge. So, and the older adults have their name on badges, so why shouldn't the boys, right? I love it, and the guys are really proud of it. And this is the actual rank that he is. So he's a scout rank. And this shows you that he just went to summer camp and spent a whole week out in camping. These are merit badges. And these are like activity badges of going to different camporees, and this is the week of summer. And I just wanted to show that, let me show the work that goes into Boy Scouts. So you would come back to meritbadge.org, go to Boy Scouts, and go on to the worksheets. This is what the Boy Scouts worksheet list looks like. So when I showed this to my son, I said, oh, you know, there's going to be a fair coming up. Do you want to do art? Do you want to do pets? Which one does he pick? He picks welding. So he had completely surprised me. And I thought that was pretty cool of him. So he said, I said, you know what welding is? And he says, yes, Mom. You know, welding is where you burn things and you melt the metal and you put them together. And I said, well, good for you. You know, that's crazy good. So, and as I've shown you before, there's a lot that goes into these merit badges. You have to do a lot of research, work, and, you know, he's really proud. And then I wanted to show that, you know, also, it doesn't have to be an actual badge, but like a certificate, you know, a paper certificate. The boys are just so proud of themselves all the time. So, basically, I just wanted to show how being recognized for your achievements just pushes the boys to just do harder. As far as bragging rights, as far as things they can actually hold on to and be proud of themselves, it's great.